Okay, our last technique in this set of clips of 6 techniques. We're going to do a stretch. It's called the hip flexor stretch. Okay, your hip flexors, where are they? Your hip flexors are a muscle group that's very deep in your abdomen, and they run down to the inside of your femur, the inside of your thigh. It's not your quads, although you'll feel your quads when we do this stretch. This is a deep abdominal muscle. And actually, this muscle, when it's called the psoas. It's actually 2 muscles. One is called the iliacus, the other is called the psoas. They start in slightly different places, but they actually come together. Anyway, where they come together, they attach to the front of your lumbar vertebrae. When this muscle group gets too tight, it pulls your lumbar vertebrae forward and rotates your pelvis forward, or rotates your pelvis anteriorly. When your pelvis rotates anteriorly, it increases the compression in your low back. Once you increase that compression, that opens the door to a lot of low back discomfort and low back problems. So we got to stretch out the hip flexors. This is where our yoga strap and tie really come into play. All right. I'm going to demonstrate stretching the hip flexor for the left leg first. All right. You take your strap or your set of ties, whatever, make a big circle with it, okay? You're going to drop a loop over your left foot. Now what I do is I just like to keep a little tension on this so it doesn't fall off my foot. But we're going to stay like this. Now what you want to do is you're going to roll down onto your back and then roll over onto your right side. And you're going to take this strap and you can hook your hand right in the loop if you want, or you can hold down here. You hook your hand in the loop and you bring the strap behind you like this. Okay? Now lots of people think that what you're doing is you're pulling your heel toward your butt. That's not what's happening. What you're trying to do is extend your thigh and your knee back behind you. Okay? Because that's really how you're going to get the feeling of the stretch. And you just use the tie or the yoga strap to assist in extending your thigh or your knee behind you. Okay? Now I'm going to change positions so you can see what that looks like from the other side. Alright? The loop goes around my left foot. Keep some tension, drop back. Okay. Now I roll onto my right side like this, and I let this tie pull it behind me like so, and now I'm going to extend my knee backwards as far as I can. And when you get balanced in this position, you got to play with it a little bit. Once you get balanced, you can actually be relaxed. You can breathe and relax and just focus on extending your thigh. That really means extending your knee back as far as you can. Again, it's not about pulling your heel toward your butt. It's about extending your thigh behind you. And if you're doing this the right way, you're going to feel the stretch. Not only down here in your quad, but you're going to feel some stretch kind of deep in your abdomen right here. All right. That's the external rotator stretch, that's the hip flexor stretch for the left side. Okay, now watch. You want to change sides? Just keep that tension on your tie. Just switch feet like that. Okay, now switch hands. Now you're going to roll to the left
You're going to pull that right leg behind you like so. Okay, it's extending the knee behind you, not pulling your heel toward your butt. Get balanced so that you can lay here comfortably. Breathing, relaxing. You're going to look for that stretch, feeling it's kind of deep in your abdomen. You're always going to feel some down here in your quad. You can't help that. That's okay. But we're not stretching the quad. We're stretching the external rotators, and they're deep in your abdomen. But they're one of the most important muscle groups to stretch out when you're dealing with low back pain. All right. That's the hip flexor stretch. Those are the 6 primary stretches for preventing and rehabilitating low back pain. Give them a try. Give them a chance, you know, more than once. I like to tell people, if you do these stretches once a day and you only do it 3 days a week, it's going to take a long, long time for you to feel the results. If you can do this 2 times a day for 15 or 20 minutes each time, and you do it 6 times a week or 6 days a week, you can really speed up the effect that you're looking for. It'll speed up the amount of time it takes to rehabilitate low back pain. It'll speed up the amount of time that it takes to get these muscles stretched out, and it will happen in a time that sort of coincides with your motivation. In other words, it's hard to be motivated when you don't see anything happening. You know, and after a while, you're going to say, what the heck, nothing's happening. You're going to quit it. So it's helpful if you can get the effects to manifest as soon as possible. And the way that you do that is you do a couple of sessions every day. And actually, once you start doing it and you get comfortable with it, this won't be too much trouble. All right, good luck. I hope your back feels better.